Mini episode 1375 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Welcome to mini episode 1375 of the FDH Lounge. This is FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our preview of Billions Season 5, Part 2. The first half of the season ended abruptly due to the COVID-19 pandemic without any real cliffhangers, and all reports indicate that the storylines snap right back to where they left off in a very sharp fashion. Here's our top 5 notes on what we're looking forward to with the resumption of Season 5. Number 5. Bobby apparently drove a wedge into Wendy's new relationship just because he could. Will he have the guts to finally make a move? The self-proclaimed world's baddest billionaire apparently doesn't want the now-divorced Wendy to be with anyone else, but he seems to know that she had enough of that level of toxicity with Chuck. If he's the badass that he thinks he is, which he isn't, he'll make a move and risk the business relationship. Number 4. What will Chuck Jr. do to save Chuck Sr.? He drew the line at buying organs from Mexicans in federal custody, but his other attempts are thus far coming up short. He'll surely find a kidney somewhere, and the way this show goes, he'll inevitably be crossing ethical lines to do so. Number 3. Without a time jump, will this show still be in the universe of the faux Trump administration, or will the writers just veer away from mentions of the federal government altogether? The backdrop since Season 3 with then Attorney General Jock Jeffcoat has been a Republican federal administration. The first part of Season 5 didn't delve into the national government very much, so if they return to a universe that reflects present events at the federal level, even without a time jump, they have left the room to do so. Number 2. With Axe going to war with Prince, who is about to align with Chuck, where does Taylor fit in? Taylor's business association with Prince enraged Bobby, underlining yet again that the erstwhile Mace Capital boss remains caught between Chuck and Bobby, even if that fact has remained in the background. The odd frenemy dynamic with Wendy lingers over this also, feeding into, number 1, with Chuck going back to war with Axe, will he be finally going full-throated up against Wendy also? During the previous Rhodes-Axelrod wars, Chuck and Wendy were still married, even if they were occasionally estranged. The first half of Season 5 saw Chuck and Bobby at odds again, but not with the really big guns being fired. Now, with Prince and Chuck getting ready to take out Bobby once and for all, Wendy is no longer caught in the middle and is simply on the side of Axe Capital and her good friend Bobby, if that's all that he remains. And think about that. Part of Chuck's animosity towards Bobby always stemmed from the bond that he had with Wendy. What if Bobby and Wendy actually become a thing? Chuck will really go off the deep end then, and deliver us some very delicious television in the process. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDA